You think the only way to make real money online is through dropshipping, SMMA, or launching another boring supplement brand on Shopify? Nope. Let me introduce you to a game that's 10 times bigger and even more slept on. It's the pharmaceutical supply chain. No, I'm not talking about going to med school, starting a pharmacy, or manufacturing anything yourself. I'm talking about brokering massive deals between the people who make the pills and the people who sell them, and getting paid every time they shake hands. You're not pushing pills out of a trunk, don't worry. You're not selling snake oil on Instagram. You're running multi-million-dollar deals behind the scenes. And if you play this right, you could pull in $100,000 to $1 million per deal from your laptop without ever seeing a single capsule. Let me show you exactly how it works. Before I get into it, let me go over the reasons why you should get into pharma and why now. Healthcare is the most recession-proof industry on the planet. People always need pills, whether the market's up, down, sideways, or even broken. The global pharma market is worth $1.4 trillion and growing. Aging populations, post-pandemic supply chain resets, governments, clinics, retailers, all scrambling to stock up. Meanwhile, pharma producers, especially in India, China, Switzerland, Brazil, they're sitting on insane quantities of medication they want to move. They just don't have access to the new buyers. And so distributors and wholesalers in Southeast Asia, Africa, Eastern Europe, they're begging for reliable supply. And you're the bridge. You connect supply and demand. You broker the deal. You get paid. It's not glamorous, but it's quiet money, and that's always the best kind of money. How do you do it? Step 1, pre-marketing. You need to find a gold mine market. First things first, find markets that check all 3 boxes. Underserved by supply, high demand for generics and OTC meds, and massive deal sizes. Think 6 and 7 figure contracts. Target countries where local supply chains are weak, but demand is booming. India, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Kenya, Colombia, etc. Then line up your supply side. White label supplement labs, generic pharma manufacturers, contract producers. You don't need a pharmaceutical degree. You just need data and marketing fundamentals. Now, on to step 2, craft the offer. Here's how you structure your offer. The $25,000 to $50,000 upfront fee, which is obviously paid by the seller, a commission on each deal closed, usually 2.5 to 10%, depending on volume and margins, and you position it like this. We help pharmaceutical manufacturers close 6 to 8 figure contracts with verified buyers in high demand markets. You're offering distribution, access, and deal generation, not a funnel or a logo. And so the third step is building sales assets to convey your value. Before you hit send on that first cold email, have this locked. A 1-pager pitch deck, a 12-minute video sales letter that explains your offer, a scope of work so that people know what they're buying, and lastly, a simple landing page with a CTA to book a call. This is how you position yourself as someone worth wiring $35,000 and plus, and not a rookie with a Gmail account and a dream. And now for the fourth step, you need to validate your offer, ideally through cold outreach. Your first test, send cold emails and see if it resonates with your market. Use Apollo, Crunchbase, or ListKit to find the leads. Generic pharma labs, white label supplement manufacturers, OTC pill producers, distributors, online pharmacies, wholesalers, so on and so forth. Clean those email addresses with Mail Verifier, send using Smart Lead, and book calls via Calendly or Zcal. You want to hit a 30 to 50% reply rate. That tells you the market is hot. And if you're hitting no replies, you need to refine your offer and the email copy. And to make life even easier for you, here's an example of a cold email template you can use. Hi name, we help manufacturers of generic and OTC medications close high volume supply contracts with verified buyers in growth markets. We're currently working with distributors sourcing pain relief, immune support, and chronic care meds. Happy to get on a brief intro chat later this week if this is of interest. Thanks, insert your name. And so step 5, closing the deal. What we do is we use a 2-call closing process. Keep your closing structure simple. First call is the discovery call. Can they fulfill high volume orders? Are they actively looking to expand into new markets? Are they struggling with distribution? What does their current process look like for finding new buyers? And after this call, you should have a very good understanding on whether this is something you can fulfill and how you'll position yourself in front of the prospect. And what you need to do now is you need to send your scope scope of work and book that second call. That second call, which is the closing call. You'll typically take any queries they may have from the scope of work, you'll handle the objections that may come your way, you'll recap the offer, and you'll move towards the close. You don't need a pushy pitch, you just need a clear value proposition. And now, step 6, which is the most important thing. Is this legal? Yes, but follow the guidelines strictly. Here's what you need to know. You're not selling prescription meds to consumers. That's illegal without a license. You're brokering business-to-business deals between licensed pharma entities, and that's legal in most countries. In the US, stick to generics, OTC, and supplements. This is a white space nobody's talking about, but you should still want to consult a lawyer and stay sharp. Now, for the 7th step, fulfillment. Deliver the service and collect commissions. Once you close, you either run outbound for them using your tools, or you introduce them directly to your buyer network. You help negotiate, track, and support the deal. You are the connector and the enabler, not the packer nor the shipper. And as soon as that contract closes, your fee is locked. Now, for the final step, scale with a micro team. After 2 to 3 successful contracts, hire an ops person if you're a closer. Hire a closer if you're more of a back-end person. Automate lead gen. Build a small, repeatable process for bringing your deal flow and for closing your deals. You don't need a huge agency. We did 7 figures with just 6 people. And as a final remark, you're not too late. It's quite the opposite. And while most people are out here pushing overpriced nootropic supplement brands, some quiet operator is locking in $800,000 checks from an India pharma lab he found on Apollo just by making one phone call. Yeah, he's not a pharmacist, he's not even in healthcare, he's a connector, and he's getting paid fat fees for solving a basic supply chain problem. You don't need permission, you just need to act. The only difference between you and a guy making $250,000 per deal is that he started. And to give you a boost and make your life even easier, I am giving something away. Comment pills below and I'll send you a cleaned, scraped, and verified list of companies you can begin reaching out to. As always, see you at the top.